I'd advise Mr. Trump to stop whining and go try to make his case to get votes.
I can reassure Donald Trump I am in charge of elections in Ohio, and they're not going to be rigged. I'll make sure of that.
Democrats and Republicans are trying to ensure faith in America's election process following comments like this made by Donald Trump.
It's this tremendous voter fraud, and how Republican leadership doesn't see that is beyond me.
So, what qualifies as voter fraud, and is there any evidence it could sway the U.S. election? First, voter fraud is a crime that occurs when a fraudulent ballot is cast. It can include voter impersonation, voting across state lines, voting more than once, known as double voting, the selling or stealing of absentee ballots, and non-citizen voting. These kinds of crimes have been committed in the U.S. before, but there is no evidence that they are systemic or, quote, very, very common as Trump alleges. The Justice Department, for example, obtained just 86 convictions nationwide from 2002 to 2007, when it was giving priority to election crime enforcement. Keep in mind, there were more than 122 million votes cast in the 2004 election. And what about allegations of dead people voting?
Dead people generally vote for Democrats rather than Republicans.
Trump and his surrogates have warned about ballots being cast by the deceased. And Trump has cited a 2012 statistic from Pew Research that found more than 1.8 million deceased individuals are registered as voters. But there's no evidence of actual fraud or those dead people voting on a large scale. While past studies have looked at various aspects of voter fraud, it's not always easy to find, and there is no national database that allows states to cross-check votes.
There's not enough voter fraud studies. I mean, that's part of the problem, is it's very hard to quantify criminal behavior.
Nevertheless, without evidence of widespread fraud, members of Donald Trump's own party have been quick to dispute his assertions that the 2016 election could be rigged.
Our institutions, like our election system, is one of the bedrocks of American democracy. We should not question it or the legitimacy of it.
Our elections may not always be completely perfect, but they are legitimate. They have integrity, and everyone needs to respect the outcome.